Welcome back to Phoenix Radio, which has been brought to you by Giovannino, JF Navarra & Co, S&J Couture Candles by Maine, Tony Murphy from Merck Capital, and Visy Dior Hotels. I'm Celeste Marachi and I'm your co-host, and I'm here with Giovannino Navarra.
Hi Celeste, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very, very good. You know, it's interesting that this radio show has actually brought up a whole new, a lot of interest. And what's interesting that there's a lovely lady that came to the hotel. I see her from time to time. Her name is Katrina, and we just started talking about the radio program, and it was very interesting what she would talk. We started talking about weddings today, and all of a sudden she inspired me. So I thought I would do a call in and speak to Katrina.
Sounds good.
She's a beautiful young lady.
Yeah.
I believe she's in her late 20s or early 30s. I'm not too sure, and I just want to talk to her, and I'd like to invite her to the show. Katrina, are you available?
Yes, I'm here, John.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thank you for being part of our show today. And I have my co-host Celeste over here. She's going to be talking to you about what you feel weddings are about and how important they are to you, how you're inspired by them, and what you like to see happening in the future for weddings, and when you get married, what you'd like.
Yeah, most definitely. Hi, Celeste.
Hi, Katrina. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Giovannino talks very highly of you. So,
thank you.
No, that's okay. So I just kind of wanted to start with like wedding themes, styles, like what's the current, like what are the vibes and the trends that you're seeing at the moment?
At the moment, I think most people are going for a luxe kind of vibe. It really just depends on the person's personality, but I'm feeling luxe is the new trend at the moment in regards to wedding themes, like having that marble or black or like a black tie event style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lux, that's a whole new way of, we used to say black tie, but you say it's Lux. Yeah, continue on.
Yeah, no, Lux I think is kind of the new in. It's very, as you said, black tie, very formal, beautiful flowers everywhere. How do you see the event spaces being created?
Well, what I see is basically, massive like floral arrangements, like everything. And I think the new thing is with candles, having everything kind of crystallized and having, like I said, that luxury feel throughout the wedding or the wedding planning. It just makes it look very timeless, I would say.
Timeless is a great word for it.
Yeah.
And how about some unique touches that you see in the event industry? What would you recommend, or what type of, trends have you seen?
Yeah, definitely. Like there is a lot, obviously when you're planning a wedding, there's a lot of intricate details you can add to, have it the way or the taste to show your personality and your partner's personality in a little bit. But some unique touches would be in regards to maybe some cake options, having alternative cake options, or I think another one would be also incorporating your pets is a different one, I feel like. But the one that I personally like a lot is putting a little bit of a fun twist on certain traditions. So, for an example for that one is, when we do the bouquet toss, instead of one person catching the bouquet, I like to do like a little breakaway bouquet. So, have you heard of a breakaway bouquet
No,
before?
I haven't. Please enlighten me.
No, that's okay. So a breakaway bouquet is basically, it's a single unit of flowers, but it breaks into multiple pieces when it's tossed. So instead of catering to that one person, you're catering to everyone. And it helps everyone feel involved and,
I've never heard of that before. That is such a fabulous idea. I actually love that. That's really nice and really inclusive because, like, I know, when you go to weddings and you're trying to catch the bouquet, like everyone's fighting over it, you're pushing everyone out of the way. So I think that's fabulous, to be honest.
Yeah, I think, and it gets everyone involved and, everyone has the saying that everyone has their special person. So, it gives everyone an opportunity that, that special person is coming, I guess.
Yeah, it definitely does. And speaking of unique trends, you mentioned cake alternatives. What kind of thing? What did you mean by that?
I guess it really just comes down to, you and your partner's personality and what you like. Like, instead of doing a traditional cake, you can do something different to whatever else is there, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So would you say like I don't know, a cheesecake, like a slabs of cheese, or
yeah. Well, I recently went to an engagement, and they didn't have an engagement cake. So this is really random, but they had basically different kinds of cheeses stacked upon each other. And they cut the cheesecake, which was just cheese, so it had like blue cheese, cheddar, and it was pretty random, but it's different, you know what I mean? And it really fit the couple, if that makes sense.
It is different.
Yeah.
And I think it creates a memorable moment just to have like a little unique touch that's a little bit
Definitely, yeah.
different to what everybody else is doing.
Exactly. And then those are the things that you remember when you go to an engagement or a wedding, is that they did something different compared to everyone else.
Yeah, I agree.
I like the practicalities of that. Sometimes I feel that people spend so much money on wedding cakes, but I'm going to be very truthful. Wedding cakes are not as expensive as they were, say, 20 years ago due to new technologies. However, if you're going to have a really, really nice wedding cake, I suggest you order a cake that's made from eggs and real butter. I know there are vegans out there. I apologise for the vegans out there and the gluten people, but a really nice fresh wedding cake done nicely, or a really nice fruit cake, but well presented. I do believe sometimes it gets lost because you have, a lot of the packages include dessert these days. So what I suggest to a lot of people out there, if you do have a wedding package and you're spending all this money on the wedding cake, I would opt to actually ask the caterer to change the dessert to maybe a fruit platter or to a cheese platter, so people can actually have, when they finish the main course, they can actually have the wedding cake and the actual cheese platter or fruit platter, which at least you get to enjoy the wedding cake. But the important part of that part, make sure the wedding cake is big enough so everyone can enjoy. I think that's very, very important. And another thing people don't realise, sometimes people get cheated on wedding cakes when you order them. I used to sell more wedding cakes than anybody else in Sydney, and sometimes, in many cases, I'd actually lose the quote. Sorry. Did we just lose them?
No.
Okay. I say, sometimes we would actually lose the quote for maybe $50, $100, but somebody thought they got a better value. But when the wedding cake would arrive, you'd find something was a third of the size compared to what I was offering.
Yeah.
If you have 100 guests or 200 guests there, you need to show a wedding cake that is large enough, not something small, because it defeats the purpose. Because that's the symbol that the cake is the unity of both of your love together, and everybody has a slice of that. Yeah.
Speaking of wedding cakes, Katrina, I don't know if you've heard about this, but I've actually seen where brides will get, the big wedding cake, like 3-4 tiers, and only the small top tier is actually a real wedding cake, and the rest of it is
I've seen that quite a lot too. No, I've seen it where the top part is the real cake, and then the bottom is just the layers or the pretend cake.
Yeah, and then
just for the aesthetic of it,
And then what the brides, I find, what they've been doing is they take that small cake home and they actually share that with their husband or their significant other. So I actually think that's a really beautiful idea, because you're having that experience of still cutting a really big wedding cake with everybody.
I used to make wedding cakes when I was younger.
I think it's a beautiful idea.
No, the whole cake should be, all the wedding cake should be cake. You just put the little sticks in there, and it's constructed in such a way, the engineering of it, there's no need to fill up a wedding cake with foam or whatever. Everything should be edible in that cake, except for the actual the sticks that they use and the actual boards. But I believe the whole cake should be cake, and then the top tier, if you like, should be traditionally fruit cake, and the fruit cake is actually eaten after 1 year for the first year wedding anniversary.
I don't like fruit cake. It's not going to work for me.
Okay, fair enough. Or maybe it could be a chocolate mud cake or a cake you can actually just put in the freezer and have it for the first year wedding anniversary. But I'm sorry, I'm bringing the practical side
No,
of
of
it.
course.
You and Katrina are talking about the romantic side of it. What else do you see, Katrina? What else do you see happening new with your friends when you get together with your girlfriends? You talk about weddings and your dream wedding. What else do you see? What would you like to see happen? What would inspire you?
For me, I think, weddings can sometimes obviously be not serious. It is a serious time, and you're creating lovely, memorable celebration of unity with you and your family. But I think more immersive experiences for your guests and getting them involved. I think sometimes people have their wedding, and yes, it's about them, but getting together as a family, all in one room, family and friends, is having fun together.
Yeah, and including them within the entertainment as well. Like I've been to a few weddings this year where they've got the photo booths and...
yeah, definitely. Like having the photo booth, or sometimes I've seen recently is how they have that old telephone and they'd pick up the telephone and they'd leave the voicemail so like the couple can listen to them after, or, just things like having a caricature or live food stations. And I see a lot of couples have like the time capsules where they write some notes for the couple and they open it up on their first anniversary, for example.
Yeah. Actually, that just reminds me. I recently went to my friend's wedding, and they did have that telephone where you could call and you could leave them a message. And I actually thought that was a great idea.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
So, anything else?
Katrina, it's been actually really good talking to you. It's really nice.
You're very uplifting, and you're exciting to talk to, and I like regarding wedding dresses. Okay, any sort of designers that you follow at the moment that you seem to like, or any type of styles that you seem to like for your wedding, for the wedding today when you decide to get married? Are you more traditional? Are you more retro? Or what do you like? What era do you like for as a traditional type of wedding dress?
I mean, it really I feel like this is a controversial topic only because it depends on like what everyone suits, depending on their body type and what they like. But for me personally, I mean, Stephen Khalil is one of the...
We just had him on the show. We just spoke to him now. We just had him on the previous show, yeah. He was actually talking to us and had his clients knocking on the window, and it was very interesting. Yeah, continue on. Yeah, we just had him on the show. Yeah, continue on, yes.
Definitely, he'd be up there. I mean, his collections, he has obviously a wide collection of bridal couture and everything like that. And it's he kind of puts a twist into it with like modern, but still meeting that timeless and elegant kind of old school, if that makes sense. Like it's a mixture of both.
Yeah.
He's a couturist. Yeah. My understanding, he's a couturist. I don't even know what that even means, but apparently he's a couture designer.
I haven't heard that word.
Yeah, apparently.
Couturist.
A couturist, if that is a word. I hope I said it correctly. And regarding and with your loved one, your partner, how would you imagine him to be presented on his wedding day?
I want to look absolutely flawless. If I'm walking down the aisle, I want to be in a modern wedding dress. I don't know.
Timeless,
it's kind of like
timeless, modern, yeah. But
timeless, elegant, modern, something that you can look back on from 20 years from now and think, I look stunning.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
basically.
And your partner, how would you like him to look on the wedding day? Because I've seen sometimes there's been a bit of a letdown. You see the bride looking one way, and then you look at the groom, you think, oh my God, did anyone brief this guy what he was supposed to address?
No, I reckon. Well, if it was me, I would definitely want him to wear a proper tuxedo and look, absolutely sharp for the occasion. But yeah, I think most brides. Usually they do talk to their husbands or, fiancés on what's going on and what they should wear.
Yeah.
But again, it comes down to personality and what they are as a couple and what they like. So,
and the theme of the wedding as well.
Some people like it casual. Yeah,
exactly.
It really just depends on the individuals.
You know, when I got married, I was going to wear these really nice European-style sandals with this pinstripe suit. It looked really good. And I thank God that that my mother talked me out of it, because I think I would have regretted it. Would regret it today. No, seriously, I thought, I'm really, really happy. But I was going for that stage. I was looking extra good, and my body was perfect. And I was a bit of a show. I've had this really nice tailored suit, and I thought, why not? I want to wear sandals, these European sandals, leather sandals. And I thought I would look that hot. And I'm so thankful when I look at those photographs that I did not do that. So you have to be sometimes a bit of practicality. I've seen guys, they're full of earrings and studs and long hair, but unfortunately, years to come, sometimes that look doesn't look good anymore. I think timeless. I believe the timeless modern look or the timeless traditional look always works the best. Don't try and be too different, because it can actually go against you. And look at Hollywood. Sometimes a lot of the beautiful dresses they used to wear once upon a time, how they would still look good today if it's designed well. And you need to do your due diligence, and your research to make sure you've got the right people that actually can do that for you.
I think, I was going to say I can't get the sandals out of my head, so I think on that note I'm going to wrap this one up.
So,
thank you so much for joining us today, Katrina. It was lovely having you.
It was really, really
thank you for having me.
Exciting to have you on the phone. We're probably going to call you in future for any ideas you see what's happening, and hope to see you around. And thank you for being wonderful.
Thanks,
have a great
Katrina.
day.
Thank
Merry
you
Christmas,
for having
Merry
me.
Christmas to
Merry
you, Bella.
Christmas.
God bless, Bella. Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you again for joining us on Phoenix Radio, which has been brought to you by Giovannino, J.F. Navarra and Co., S&J Couture Candles, Balmain, Tony Murphy from Merck Capital, and Visy Dior Hotels. Thank you, Mr. Navarra.
Thank you, Celeste. Bye.
Bye.